Actually rebuilt, and those are part of summer work projects actually. But you'll see that as we go around, all the buildings kind of change because we cover 100 years of early Canadian history here. So over here we actually start in 1820, and this is kind of your first settlement experience. This is the log cabin that you have in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere, if you want to think of it that way. And so you have to do everything for yourself at this point. You have to build your house, you have to plant your fields, you have to make all your furniture and all your clothes. So it's not exactly an easy way. But you'll see as time progresses, you actually get to see a bunch of different businesses will come to the area as well. So like the blacksmith shop, a dance hall, the church, the Masonic Lodge. And we also have our cafe here if you need any refreshments later on.
Okay, so we can buy here.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we can at least do that if we miss
Yes, this is not just a display building.
Okay.
But we serve ice cream here too, which is always a favorite.
Ice cream. You don't like ice cream, do you?
Yes. Ice cream, sandwiches. You know what? I wish we had ice cream sandwiches. That sounds like a really good idea to me. Yes, they do have coffee. And it's actually not that bad either. What's the private function? So we actually have weddings that are happening here. So we have a wedding in the church as well as on the green. Yeah. So the green park area is actually reserved for the wedding that's happening later on. That's why a lot of our festivities today are actually happening towards the back of the village. So we have games, ice cream, cookies, the reception, and Victoria all happening in the back corner at Shirley's house. Now we're back in Shirley Village. Make sure you come and see the doctor's house. That's this white building that's up ahead. So the doctor's house, you only had about a doctor for every 10,000 people in the area. And so the doctors are responsible for administering all forms of care to all of their patients 24/7. And we have a collection of medical instruments in there as well that are all very interesting to look at and a little bit terrifying, but we'll appreciate that. And the doctor is might even show you how to do an amputation. Is that a amputation? So this is the beginning of your town settlement four corners area. There are a number of activities that are actually happening in this area. So we have dancing that'll be going on. We have blacksmithing. We've got a story that will be read in the church here, and then we also have a craft in the tavern here. The Masonic Lodge is the building that I don't know very much about because we're actually not allowed to talk about it because we are not Masons. But fortunately today we do have one of our Masons, Lawrence, is here today to talk to you about it. And we do have regular Masonic meetings that still meet in here. These Mason meetings are actually secrets and we're not supposed to know anything about it. You're not supposed to share what actually happens. So they're kind of like we have heritage pigs, we've got ducks, and we have sheep. And then actually behind the White House jury house that's straight ahead of you, we also have chickens. So we do have jury house. Jury house is the White House that's right ahead. Oh, sorry. Jury is just the name of the family that live there. So Amos and Julia Jury lives there with their two children, Irene and Amos. They are considered quite a small family for that time, actually. Usually you'd have anywhere between 6 to 12 people in your family. So the fact they only had 4 people was a little bit surprising.
예쁘다.
Grand procession and reception happening
많이
at 2
좋아졌어.
o'clock. We also have bubble blowing back here. This is where the chickens are, and we have games back here as well.
Yeah.
You can meet Queen Victoria a little bit later on today. Not the real Queen Victoria, of course, otherwise she'd be 250 years old.
Yeah.
We'll have our tea and cookies a little bit later on today, and then we have a large assortment of games over here. So we've got hobby horses, cornhole, races. We even have some stilts here. I am not very good at the stilts at all, so I am not the person to teach you how to. And we also collect our eggs from chickens too that we use whenever we're doing cooking demonstrations. Unfortunately, we don't have any cooking demonstrations going on today, just because we're busy with one of our chef. So this is a balloon and it's a balloon frame structure. All that means is that it's a giant box and it's very easy to build off of it to add those extensions to your house and to make renovations.
Excuse me.
Yes.
What is that? What is that for?
The house
No.
or the machine?
Yes.
So that is called a steam engine and it's used for powering different pieces of farm equipment.
Is it a train?
So it's the kind of the first, well, it's one of the first like steam powered things. So the way it works is you heat and cool water back and forth, and as the steam is generated, it helps turn some pistons, helps turn some belts. Basically, it just makes things turn, and it powers the other machines that we would be connected to it. So that steam power machine is used to power things like your combine, like your corn sheller, like your seed planter. So the things that you'd be using in your fields. I know it's a little bit of it's kind of complicated, but it helps power things because electricity didn't exist at this time. So it's what you'd use before electricity. So this is our, even though we kind of got in a figure 8 loop here and there, we are actually organized in one big circle. So that log house was the first section of the village back in 1820. And then this area that we're approaching now, this is 1920s. So World War I era. And you have lots of towns and businesses that would be going on at this time. Lined up at a very big city at this time as well. And there are more people living in the city now than in the country. Farming was an extremely popular thing back then, since that's how you're going to get all the things that you need for your food and for your clothes and to be able to survive on the land with variety. We also have the print shop that you can go into where you can actually make a print a little bit later on today. Welcome you to our event. And we have our general store here that's on the right hand side as well.
The last people, when is the time that the last people live in here?
So no one actually lived on this site. This is just a recreation of what a village
어때요?
might look like, but they weren't actually ever this close together.
There we are. Now
And settled the land. So that's what pioneer means. It's just the first person to do something. So the pioneers take care are the people who were coming in 1820. If that makes a little bit of sense.
We're trying to get it soft so it actually cut hardwood. It will cut softwood. We've never been able to get it to cut hardwood. And that's because it's been set up now. So we'll be working this off here. It should have, we're gonna try to cut one piece of
무슨
wood
메이플 씨
before we go.
하나, 둘, 셋. 됐어.
그림 좋네. beautiful people.
김치, 김치.
아 김치, 김치. 불고기.
아니, 이렇게 정했잖아 이제.
저는
잘 됐어. 이렇게 팔을 뒤꿈치로 올려야 돼. 뒤꿈치를 앞으로 올린 게 아니라 뒤꿈치로 올려서. 왜냐면 그래야 무게. 너무 위에를 잡으면 들기가 힘드니까 약간 중간줄 잡아야 돼. 발을 앞으로 올리면 발을 앞으로 이렇게 돌아버리잖아. 그래서 안쪽으로 깊숙이 뒤꿈치를 올려야 돼. 뒤꿈치를.
It's easy. You can go back and forth.
Or in other words, you have to go back and forth before you fall.
Yes.
오!
Very good, very good.
대박.
오.
재밌냐?
네.
어. 넘어져.
Good job, good job.
오.
허리 쭉 펴. 허리를.
우와.
Look
at that.
진.
That. And yourself. 4,
10.
6, 10.
Okay.
Now,
Shoot.
Oh, making the sound of the hog.
hop. Yes. This is horn hop. Almost.
No ball.
You know what? Just a second. He's young, so he has right to come a bit forward.
Oh, okay.
Come
Thank you.
Here.
오.
조시야, 화이팅.
오.
와우. 이렇게 밀어서 슬라이스 가는구나.
아, 멀었다.
아, 요령을 터득했어.
So, you tell me the result, okay? Tell me the result. How are you doing that?
굿. 오. 와우. 바로 넣으면 안 되고 이렇게 미끄러져서 들어가야 되네. 조슈아 형편없는데.
Hi everybody, this is Allison from Fanshawe Pioneer Village. Today is We Royalty. That means that we are here celebrating with Queen Victoria and making all of our little lords and ladies, as well as princes and princesses, into lords and ladies instead of just being your regular old little boy or little girl. You can bring your dad out today for $2 off his admission as part of our way of celebrating Father's Day today. We have horse-drawn, or we have wagon rides. We have Queen Victoria here. We have iced tea and lemonade, iced tea and cookies served out of china cups. We have games. We have storytelling and dancing. All kinds of fantastic things to do here at We Royalty, and we hope to see you at one of our next special events.
Okay, I'm expecting.
Have you been in a Masonic lodge?
No.
Well, come on in. Yeah. Here. But they moved it up here to be We got a bad spot on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah, we moved it up here to be a schoolhouse, but they got another one around the corner that you like to see. So they gave this to the Masons. The Masons and the Shriners are the same people in that. So we restored it as a historical lodge. Got the furniture out of an old building out in Harrietsville, moved that lodge into a Wilson Mercer building on Commissioners and Andover, and we opened this up as a learning place for the Masons and a historical lodge.
This place?
Yeah, this lodge we got 23 lodges in London. Oh. So they like 6 of them come up here in June, had a barbecue and had a lodge meeting early and say 5 o'clock and that. So it's well used, and then we demonstrate that there's really nothing here that no one shouldn't see. They went for so many years that there were so many secrets in the Masonic order, but there isn't any. At least I've never found them. I've been in for 46, 47 years, and I haven't seen anything that nobody else shouldn't see. So anyway, we're trying to open it up to the public and let them go, because a number of people have got, oh, well, they're a secret organization, they do this, they do that. But we now open the doors and come on in and have a look around. There's nothing here. It's a group of men. We meet and decide who we're going to help, what we're going to do, where we're going to give our money to, and things like that, and bursaries that we put out, and all kinds. And then we support quite a few projects at the hospitals, particularly over at Victoria Hospital. And then the idea is, well, like I volunteer at the hospital at Vic 3 mornings a week when I'm there, which is most of the time. And it's not, I'm not there, but I do volunteer. And that's all part of our services, is to help other people.
So are you volunteering there?
I volunteer here, yeah. So I'm up here on the weekends. But this is the office that of a past master. I've been master of a lodge.
Oh.
See, so it's got these things on them. And you'll notice in the showcase out there, they got little round knobs on some of them. Well, they haven't been master yet. But for the young people, and it's only men come to the meeting. But the women know more about what's going on than most of the men. And that's a fact. That's, that sounds funny, but like I've been master of a lodge a number of times. The master has to write a summons every month to every member, and he has to put a message in it. I can turn the computer on, but I don't type.
Okay.
So my wife types all my messages. I write them out. She corrects the spelling and the wording, and then she types them for me. So she knows, what's going on, what's happening, what we're doing. Now, the ladies have got the Masonic order down east of Toronto. There's 3 ladies' lodges down there. And they do exactly what we do here. But the men come to their meeting. Yeah. If you want to join the Masonic Lodge, the first question they'll ask you is, do you have a belief in a supreme being, a God, or anything? You have to believe in something. If you don't, and you're an atheist, you don't get in. Yeah. So therefore, and then the G, or that crest there, if you see that on any building or any place, it either is a Masonic Lodge or has been a Masonic Lodge. That's the thing that I have quite a thing with. If a young boy in his 20 years old comes in, joins lodge, and becomes master up there, and he's in charge, it's his lodge, anything happens, it's his. When he's done, he'll be a good speaker. Now, I volunteer at the hospital, and I go to a lot of meetings. Do you know how many meetings I go to and get up and walk out and say, like, what did he say? They're very poor speakers. And the more they get paid, the worse they speak. This is like we were there to a meeting last Wednesday, and we had a brilliant doctor speak, Dr. Kim. from the Victoria Hospital. But he's a terrible speaker. But he's a brilliant man. But he just, he just has his own world. He was never really trained to speak to people. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not telling.
You're doing work?
Yeah.
School?
Yeah, but where do you go to school?
I graduated the Matthew Seoul Elementary School yesterday, and I will go to Oak Ridge High School.
Lovely. Good school.
Yes,
Yeah.
this September.
Yeah. So where do you live?
I'm living in London now.
Yeah, but in Oak Ridge or close by or? The reason I asked, I live on the corner of Wonderland and Springbank,
Oh,
close to the school. Yeah.
part of Gainesville.
Like the new building over there, the buildings that they're building and the new house, unbelievable. And this has been only in the last few years. Like most years ago, 6, 7 years ago, there was nothing out there.
Oh, really?
But no.
Oh, no.
And West London, I live basically in Byron.
Byron,
And,
number one place.
Yeah. And the houses that are out west of Byron. Come on in.
The parents would have sucked in the
Leather.
Where's the letter from? Where's the letter to
The ladder? It's that post right there. It's attached to the wall.
Where?
Is it okay if we go up there and
We're not allowed to go up because the ladder's not very secure anymore. Because it is very old, but that is how they would have gotten.
can I stand on something?
I got it.
네? 저 안 할게요.
우리는
그다음에 야구 방망이야.
있는 누나도 가봐요?
이렇게 치잖아. 손을 뒤로 왔을 때 여기서 이렇게 벌어줘야 돼. 공은 끝까지 보고 있어야 돼. 드라이버기 때문에 맨 앞에 왼발을 여기다 놓고 치는 거야.
맨날 저 앞에서 저렇게 설명해.
자세는
아빠 맨날 앞에서 저한테 저러고 있어요. 앞에서는.
약간 허리를 숙여야지.
근데-
왜냐면 아니 왼팔을 뻗어주고 앞으로 왔을 때 오른팔을 뻗어주는 거야. 겨드랑이에서 공 이렇게만 주면 돼. 이렇게.
아, 진짜 열심히 가르치시네. 아, 진짜 열심히 가르치시네.
오, 잘했어, 잘했어.
이번에 좋았는데 잘 못 맞았어. 이 느낌에서 이제 세게 치는 요령을 터득해야겠어.
오!
와우.
잘했어요.
그자.
이제 2번 남았어요.
오, 지금 좋았어.
합니다.
힘을 빼고 있니? 아까 아빠 같이 준 것처럼 공만 봐, 무조건.
공을 끝까지 봐야 돼.
어.
왜 이런 현상이 나타났을까요?
몰라요.
자세가 틀어져서 그래요.
아, 네.
자세를
겨.
이 정도면 충분해, 충분해.
잘했어.
뭐가 느낌이 틀린 것 같아?
왜 자세는 하나도 안 잡아줘? 다리를 살짝 구부려.
그렇지,
어.
지금 좋아.
어.
됐어?
팔로만
잘했어,
치니까
잘했어.
그래, 팔로.
공 하나 버렸네.
자연스럽게. 자. 굿.
저기
뭐가
우리
문제? 억지로 끌고 내려오지 마라.
오.
오.
잘했.
이제 치고 나면은 이 체 무게 때문에 자동으로 몸이 앞으로 쏠리단 말이야, 이렇게. 그러면 왼 무릎이 오른 무릎 왼 다리가 와. 그래야 이쁜 폼이 나온다고.
한번 쳐봐요.
머리가 같이 가, 이렇게. 그냥 가는 몸 이렇게까지만 해. 그렇지. 그리고 돌려, 거기서 이제. 그렇지. 이렇게 끌어오지 말고 몸이 돌아가니까 팔이 돌아가는 거잖아. 그렇게 가야 돼. 맞추지 말고 빈스윙이라 그러고 여기다가.
빈스윙 먼저 하고 해, 딸.
10번의 연습을 하고 한 번을 치는 거야. 해봐. 피니시까지 완벽한 자세로 딱 취해봐, 이렇게. 굿. 좋았어. 이제 마친다는 생각으로 앞으로 좀 와야겠지? 오케이, 오케이. 부드럽게, 세게 치려고 하지 말고 부드럽게 친다는 생각으로. 어디 갔냐?
공이 오른쪽 가버렸어. 살짝 구부려 이렇게 해, 그냥. 엉덩이 쭉 빼고.
이라는 사람들이 없나 보다.
엉덩이 쭉 빼고.
설마 아빠 여기 있는데 마치지는 않겠지?
설마.
아,
오.
됐다, 됐다. 일라 엄마 아빠.
We'll have our tea and cookies a little bit later on today, and then we have a large assortment of games over here. So we've got hobby horses, cornhole, races. We even have some stilts here. I am not very good at the stilts at all, so I am not the person to teach you how to. Unfortunately, we don't have any cooking demonstrations going on today, just because we're busy with one other stuff. Oh my God. So this is a balloon, and sorry, it's a balloon frame structure. All that means is that it's a giant box, and it's very easy to build off of it to add those extensions to your house and to make renovations.
Excuse me.
Yes.
What is that? What is that for?
The house?
No.
Or the machine?
Yes.
So that is called a steam engine, and it's used for powering different pieces of farm equipment.
Is it a train?
So it's the kind of the first, well, it's one of the first like steam powered things. So the way it works is you heat and cool water back and forth, and as the steam is generated, it helps turn some pistons, helps turn some belts. Basically, it just makes things turn, and it powers the other machines that would be connected to it. So that steam power machine is used to power things like your combine, like your corn sheller, like your seed planter. So the things that you'd be using in your fields. I know it's a little bit of it's kind of complicated, but it helps power things because electricity didn't exist at this time. So it's what you'd use before electricity. So this is our
Alice. Alice in the Wonderland?
No, similar. My grandma said so.
Which country for this house?
Careful, there's little wagons. You don't want to get crushed. What house is this? So this would be like Ireland.
Ireland?
살짝 구부려.
그렇지, 지금 좋아.
됐어?
팔로만
잘했어,
치니까 그래,
공
팔로만.
하나
예,
버리네.
자연스럽게. 자. 굿.
저기
뭐야? 억지로 끌고 내려오지 마라.
오.
오,